Hey everybody, hello. It's me, Natalie, coming at ya, and this is the root. In the Chakra Marathon training, that program is designed for wellness, body, mind, spirit. It's the way that I look at that in the body, the energy body, understanding that lens, understanding where it comes from, using the chakras as this really fun system. Also looking at the nervous system, looking at the oxygenated cells, that whole piece connects. It's very interconnected. So using the chakra lens, using the soma in the body, energy, and it comes from like this place of now, but it comes from the past, from where we were, what our lens was, how we grew up, what happened to us, and then as we're adults, as we look back, where we come from looking back. So I created this program and said just for fun, getting into the feels, because it's a feel sense. So it's written up, and I'm more of a somatic speaker than I am actually of a writer, but I have a very creative mindset, so I did write it down. But I also wanted to describe it in this way so you could have that video, see, maybe processing it that way is helpful for you. And then maybe you might just want to like play, not even look at me, and just listen to the words I'm saying. You know, my background comes from social work. I worked in additional need education. I've worked in physical training, emotional training, spiritual training. It's true. I've done it. And all around wellness. So body, mind, spirit connection. And when we look at spirit, everybody has their own place. So I've been really trying to find a way to express that for the just right enough here. Body, soma, in the body, energy, our nerve ganglia, right? The chakras, that energy body is right at the edge of where the nervous system comes out into our spine. So I work as a talk therapist, social worker, group processing, and I was really able to see, from my aesthetic lens and my energy healer training, the nervous system and the over of fight, flight, fold, freeze really locks up the skin. So then I come to the feet, reflexology, acupressure, movement. Oh my gosh, so much information. But from a younger place, from the soma, from the in the body, before the psychological verbal cues and understanding were able to process, the body had to hold the charge. And so as Anadea teaches us, which I love, right? Charge is like our life force. It's what keeps us going, what helps us really feel, express, allow, and live a whole full life. Sometimes we're in this compressed energy. We've got some blocks. It's locked. And so I want to just help slowly lift off the blocks. More energy comes through. And sometimes if it's built, it's like a pressure cooker in there. And then all of a sudden, right, people come and they have pustules, their skin is inflamed, that they have dis-ease showing up. So in this chakra marathon training, no one has to run a marathon. I need to be very clear. Chakra wellness training. I'm still working on the fun part of it because I'm a marathon runner. I haven't run a marathon actually, I think in a couple of years now. But I needed to run. And I really feel like through all that running, I actually found myself. I met myself on the actual physical exhaustion and energy out, as well as all the pressure coming towards me. So I had deep trauma from a very young age, and it was like more compressed trauma due to grief, fear. If you read the program, you'll know what I'm talking about. I want to just keep this really as light as I can also, but to know that if I'm talking to you and you're interested in this and you're a human being, we've all experienced trauma. We have generational trauma. We have COVID happening right now. And as much as I want to be able to find ways for us to move forward, move through, and be able to allow the process and slow the roll and calm us down, this is a traumatic experience. Turn the news on, you see, you hear the real wounds that are being created. It's the human wound, grief. To be in grief is actually a human condition. Peter Levine, a beautiful teacher of mine, taught me that. I'm going to share that with you. And so today we're in the red, in the root shadow, the right to your one's own life, to be the I am in here, right at the coccyx, at the lower part of our spine is where this energy source really is being developed from second semester in utero to 6 months. The shadow is fear. So, deep wounds for myself here with fear. And I'm not saying, oh, well, we're going to do this or we're going to get through it and you're going to be done. You're going to be like, that's done. You know, it's about really releasing some of the layers of some locked charge to kind of be able to go into that place for yourself now, to get into your root and experience that from your lens, from your new beginning, from your new place, from your perspective. So I just want to share a little bit about what I offer in this training for this piece. So in the root, the right to one's own life, and saying all that matters is that you try bit by bit, that you start and that you don't stop. That's what I'm asking. And I have this little quote, just keep swimming. Love that, Nemo. What an enduring spirit. The root chakra, Muladhara, low, Sanskrit meaning root support, the ground. I always ask people to notice their feet here. Notice your feet. Notice your feet. So at the base of the spine, the coccygeal plexus, the element here is earth. The color is red. And if you think about energy and color, you know, red has some deep pigment. This is deep, right to your own life. And in the chakra reflexology acupressure massage zone, it's the bottom of the heel of both of the feet, sides of the ankle, up and over the top, and the upper foot. So if this was your foot, the upper part of your foot. This involves the endocrine glands, the ovaries, the testes, the lymph nodes, reproduction, PMS, cramps, sciatic nerve, hip, cervix. Notice where the foot meets the ankle and the shin, that back part. Find your feet, grow your roots, and stand your ground. The right to one's own life in the shadow of fear. This is what I want to ask you. This is what I'm asking. In this wellness training, you ready? Face a fear daily. This is your life. Show up in your fear and move through together. Take that younger self. Let your fear be with you. I was working with a client one time and I was afraid to ski. My husband loves to ski. And I was just telling my client, you know, we were doing some work talking about fear. And she said the most beautiful thing to me. This was many years ago. She's like, Natalie, why don't you just invite your fear up on the chairlift with you? Invite your fear to ski. I didn't have as much of a deeper understanding of the chakra experience that I do now. But I had an understanding of fear and of chairlift fear. But to invite my fear with me. That's what I'm asking you to do here. Instead of fighting the fear, like, no, I'm pushing it away, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. That totally helped me survive in my life by pushing my fear down, and doing it anyway. I raised my kids in fear. I love my kids. I didn't do it to hurt them. I did it to protect them and save them. I didn't have this awareness. They've allowed me to apologize now. It was hard for them. Often they were like, you're the best mom. You don't have to apologize, Mom. Ever. Until finally I think they saw that I really had myself and I really felt it was important to be able to say, you know, no, I had a very, very deep wound as a child and it created a lot of fear. I needed to be hyper vigilant. And I raised you in this same trauma because I hadn't healed from it and raised you from that healed place. But I can now. And it really seemed to shift for them. They could kind of let go of having to hold their mom and like have all this fear, even though that wasn't part of their direct experience. And epigenetics is another conversation, but their direct experience was this fear. But from where? It was from my trauma. But I hadn't connected, addressed it, and then released it. But still allowed my feelings about it, but to not have to come always from that place. But also to say, well, I have a deep, deep wound. I have a deep trauma. And I won't get past it, but I can move through it instead of just from it as I'm able to express it more. That's some deep, deep things I just said. Maybe you can play this over and over again. If you're in the program, you can email me, you can call me. We're doing individual sessions. But I want you to consider that. Consider are your feet on the ground? Right now, do you have one foot up? I often have one foot up. So I just put my feet back on the ground. I push the ground. I ask my clients to do this. Put both feet on the ground, solid. And say, mine. Take a little, mine. Stomp your feet. Mine. Mine. Just try it. Now come back. What would be the fear? Would the fear be to face something in your past? I want to just say that the way to go all the way down, which, as my beautiful teacher taught me, you have to do once. Don't go alone. This is not a brain thing. If we could think ourselves out of this and through this, I know I would have been able to do it, because I'm quite a survivor, quite a warrior. It's in sponsorship to be seen. The number one human need, I learned this many, many years ago in my social work training, is to belong. It's to belong. We belong to the human race. We are human beings. And I'm asking you to come into the I am as a being and being here. So, face a fear daily. Maybe just even journal or pop on the video and make a little video of yourself, or write down, I have no fear. Okay. Then let's just keep moving through. But to have fear is human. And then to notice the lens. Do I move through fear? Do I come from fear? Keep noticing your feet. That's all I'm asking. Just find your feet. Notice. Are your feet up again? When you're actually kind of coming into something, do you feel like you're pulling up from the rope, pulling up from your feet? Think about it. Consider it. Notice the heels. Notice those parts that I talked about. Notice the top of your feet. Is it very sensitive there? Do you need to push really hard to feel something there? This is information. This is your somatic information. It's information. I'm asking you to go in. Retrieve some. Pull it out a little. This is just for fun. Maybe committing to this program. Maybe that's your fear. Maybe saying, oh my gosh, I have to listen to what she's saying and lock something down or pull something up. That's enough for me. Then that's enough. If you accomplish this root chakra goal daily, simply by doing this program, I'm asking you to notice your feet. I'm asking you to just pay attention. If someone came over to you at any given time in your day and pushed you over, would your feet be on the solid ground? Just notice it. Just even start noticing that today. Just notice. Are you holding your physical being? Are you holding your ground, the right to your own body? The simple ask is to only notice and witness the you in you. Look at your ground. And then notice. If someone did come over to me right now, would I be just pushed right over? And then feel if there's a little charge around that. This is the root. We're just noticing. We're just coming in. And then I want to ask you, I like this from Amazon. And I also use coconut oil. Just pure pressed coconut oil, organic, whatever you choose. And if it's a thicker pure press, you just emulsified, just rub it together. Get the warmth. Take a little bit of moisture. And look at your feet. There's other videos that I show you doing some nice massaging. Say this is your feet. I'm going to show you on my hands so you can see. Because if you think about it from a Chinese medicine place, which I use in my work, incredible. Big toe, pinky toe, just see it that way. We're pretending and doing a little bit of fun experiential work. These are the meridians. These are the meridians in our bodies. We have 10 of them, starting here and moving through. This isn't something that you need to know. It's something I want you to consider. And so when I'm talking about the root, I'm talking about the heel, I'm talking about the sides, here, here. And then if this is coming this way, the top of your foot, and this would be your shin, and this would be your ankle, coming up and around and really massaging the ankle parts, maybe with both hands, if you can do that, that's nice. And then just working down the meridians. And then massaging up. Just practice that. Just little tiny tidbits. Taking your thumb, this is the bottom of your foot, this is the sole. Just massage it up. Massage it up. Massage it up. Notice your feet. And if you're looking at your feet and you're like, oh my gosh, my feet are whatever these words are. I've heard a lot of negative things about people's feet, and I think they're just like massive forms of information. It's incredible. We're these incredible beings. We regenerate, we repurpose, we regrow our own skin. And this integumentary system, this skin, it protects us from the rain. It's waterproof, so we don't drown. It's incredible. Human beings, we're incredible. So I just want to meet you here in the root and the right to your own life. And I want to embrace whatever fear it is that you have that was there in your energy body for a reason. I want to tell you that I'm sorry. I don't want you to think that I feel sorry for you. I feel grateful for you, but I feel sorry for the wound. Because I too have deep wounds, but I am a wound healer. I can say that and see that. Because all I need to do is just sit next to you and by your side and just kind of point out some things that I see, and you heal your own wounds. That's what it is to be human. It's so massively incredible. So in this work, in this deepest part, in this wellness training, we're just gonna like lift some of that old fear off, because that is in the past. That trauma happened, but it's not happening actively right now. And if it is, then email me. Let me come help you, because I will. But it is as if it is actively happening now, if we haven't found ways to release it. And if we could think it through, and this was a brain game thing, we would have done it already. I know that. This is actually a somatic feel sense, and the way to release it is offering someone else to come in sponsorship and witness and find ways to help us move through it. So I'm offering you today 2 feet on the ground, push the ground, push your feet, really push your feet down and out. Try to build some charge, open up those leg channels, join me in this training, come to my website. I have a variety of different price points. It's really worth it. You're worth it. I'm worth it. It's natalievescovipourier.com. I think if I hold it up like that, you can see this. Intuitive Holistic Energy Healer. On the back, I wanted to make sure I got everything I do there. Here you see it. Here you see all of the stuff. And I want to say, I am here too. Welcome. Namaste.